Welcome everyone, this is a Tools Programmer, and today we're making one of the simplest yet most versatile tools ever. I call it the Universal Runtime Editor. Let's get to it. Alright, so this being the first true video, I thought we should just jump into business. I had been preparing some other material, but I thought you know what, let's just jump into it, it will be funnier. So what is this tool about? And I'm saying tool with quotes because it would be almost blasphemy to actually call it a tool. It's more like a process, okay? What we're gonna achieve is we're gonna change any values that we want from our game and see the changes occur in real time without the need to stop and restart in the game. So that will be a very nice iteration time for designers. And the tool will also work in any kind of environment and with any possible engine. So very versatile and universal. And of course, if you're working with third-party tools that allow scripting, like Houdini, Maya, Blender, this should work here as well. I created a little demo in Unity. Let's jump into it. What you see here is a very simple Unity scene. It's just a green spinning cube. As you see, the game is running, and what we're gonna do is simply change a few values and see how it changes in real time. So let's just open our super fancy tool. Aha! As you see, it's just a notepad. Very simple and easy to use tool. I've defined here a couple variables for the cube, the speed rotation and the color. So if we change it, for example, to 100 and save it, it spins a bit faster, but not noticeable. Let's change it. Yeah, this is better. As you see, it applies in real time. The same with the color. Let's change, for example, this to yellow or green. As soon as we save it, boom, not green, red, Jesus. But you can understand what's going on. And you say, okay, yeah, this is cool and all, but what's the real purpose of this, right? It's just a color and a speed, not much. But this can help designers try things much faster. Let's jump to this other scene here. Let's see the tool again. And yeah, if you see, we have a player here that can jump, and there's a tower. Let's just change the jump force here to a bigger value. We didn't save. We save. And as you see, the player here jumps a bit higher. And if we change the tower height to something less, like 3, you see it changed very automatically. Now, aha, the player can stay on top. So this fast iteration method can help designers test and do stuff much easier and faster. So that's basically the idea of the tool. Now we're gonna see a little bit of code. It's just in a very abstract way, so you understand how this is done. To use the tool, we just need 3 steps. First, we need to know when to read the file, which file of course, and when to read the file. Second step is actually reading the file. And third step is applying the read values to the game. For every case, I used Google. As you see, I've been using C# because of Unity. So you can just Google, okay, how to know the file datetime change, right? In my case, whenever I save the file, I am looping in the game and see, oh, now the file changed, let's read it. So I just search for that and I use it. There's plenty of other methods, even better methods, of course. You can have a button displayed for the user to press when they save. You can have a shortcut. When the user changes the values, they can just press the shortcut and reread the file. So there's plenty of ways to do it. But yeah, I just inclined for that one for the showcase purposes, right? So feel free to use whatever. And of course, then you want to read the file and say, okay, how do I read the file? The same. I do it in C#. If you're using Python, if you're using Vex in Houdini, I don't know, if you're using MaxScript, whatever system you're using, it's really, really likely there's a way to read a file and use this tool or this system, right? So feel free to use whatever method you find best and fits more your interests. Okay, now that we know when to read the file and how to read it, we can apply the values. In our case, I'll just jump into the code briefly. And I have this Universal Editor, and here it is. So whenever I read a line here in the file, I'll just try to check what's on the left of the equal. Is it rotation, color, jump, speed, tower? And then I just try to apply the other value that we read. In this case, for the rotation, the 300, I try to apply it to my code variable. So if we want to have a new variable, we can just add it here. Let's say to the editor, okay, we want to have a new variable called size, and we're gonna read it here. If the variable is size, we read the size. For example, for the color, I didn't know how Unity represents colors as text, so I also searched for it and boom, and I applied it with this try-parse HTML string. Which reminds me, Notepad and this line system is a way to do it, but there's plenty of formats that can help you do it much cleaner. For example, you can have an XML file and you just parse it and you can change the variables in the XML. You can have a JSON file and do the same. You can have some other third-party proprietary ways to do it. But for me, well, this flat structure was okay. So again, feel free to try your own way, test different things and see what fits best for you. Okay, now that we have read the value, let's just apply it. So we go to not the player, the cube controller, and in the update, we're gonna say, okay, let's change your scale to the value that we just read from the editor. Now for this, we should restart the game because we're actually modifying the code, not the data. Although Unity also has some script reloading, but it's just Unity's case. So now you say, okay, what the hell is going on? Nothing's seen. And that's because the size we're applying, we are not actually defining it. So by default, it's 0. That's my bad. Let's say size equal to 1 and save it. And boom, here we have it. If we change to 0.5, it gets smaller. If we say 2.5, it gets bigger. And that's how you do it. There's no much else to it. After seeing it, now some of you will be thinking, wow, Miguel, this is some next level bullcrap. Like, why the hell would I care, right? Why on earth? I already have the Unity editor. I already can modify those properties. Why would you care showing me this, right? And that is true, but that is your truth. You are the one using Unity. You are the one using an already existing editor, right? The Unity editor. The same with Unreal. But some people are not. Some people are working with third-party tools. Some people are working on their own, made from scratch engines or other solutions, and they don't have this tool. So they have to create their own, and this is a way. And this really has benefits, right? So first, we have the universality. This can work in any engine, in basically any operating system that can read files. It's also universal by the user because it being able to be edited just with a notepad makes any kind of designer or any kind of person really actively work on that. Very easy to use for them. And it's on runtime, yeah, because you can really operate while the game is running. So you're saving a lot of time. And the most important thing of them all, it works. It solves a problem for a limited period of time, of course. But if you don't have big needs, well, it does its purpose. So what else? Of course, with that in use, once you unlock your designer's potentials, for example, they will start requesting more stuff like, hey, this is cool. Could we have like a proper tool and right click and show a context menu for this? Or could we have a proper tool and modify this number with a scroll bar so we have like a min value and a max value? Once you face those problems, you may want to start thinking about actually creating your own tool rather than just simple Notepad. But in the meantime, heck, it works, so don't touch it, right? I hope this has given you at least a few ideas on how to proceed for your current projects if you want to save some time. And if so, yeah, mission accomplished. I'll be happy. That's it for today. Thanks for staying with me, and see you in the next one.